Yeah, done no. We're out here.
Hey,
We're out here.
hey, you might as well start the introduction.
Listen, what's the channel again?
Media Spotlight UK.
Big up Media Spotlight UK, you get me? This brother, man, good brother, you get me? Make sure you support his thing, fam, you feel me? Out here, man. Newcastle, 21st September, Misfits Boxing, you know what time it is. AK, bow.
You might as well start taking my job, you know what I mean? You might as well just be the host of my channel, you know what I mean? We'll work some paperwork.
Yeah, let's do some paperwork. So like, listen, obviously, I don't come cheap though, because you get me, because, you know, yesterday's price isn't today's price, innit?
Hey,
you know
well, exactly.
Nah,
but,
it's cool, man.
I mean, look, I did not expect that you was going to be the guy to be the mystery opponent for Master Uguay,
Okay, cool.
because it's been a long time, and obviously the first ever influencer boxing event you've been a part of.
Yeah.
You had your fight with Minicon,
Yeah.
and we all know what's been going through you at the time.
Yeah.
You went through a few things at the time as well. There were so many like sort of dark patches, but you were able to get through the fight.
Yeah, man, yeah.
So, like, how you know, reflecting on that experience, firstly, like, how have you been able to overcome that? Because you've seemed to overcome everything that you've been able to do so far.
Yeah. Again, look, I want to begin with saying that I'm from Ghana. You get me? I'm from Africa. I'm from the Asante tribe, and Asante means because of war. I'm from a warring tribe, so fighting is in my spirit. So whenever I've gone through any challenges, whatever, I just know that I have to fight. I have to go through it. I don't, you know. There's been times where I'm like, oh God, I just want to go around this shit. But then in the end, it's like the more you run away from whatever challenge is in front of you, the worse it gets. Every challenge comes in front of you to prepare you for the next one, to make you stronger, to make you wiser. So every time when something comes and you're just running, bruv, like, where's the growth, bruv? You get me? So this is my mentality. So it's like, whatever comes my way, I'm going to deal with it head on. So back then, as you said, with the Minicon fight, and even before that with the bouncer fight, everything, it's just, look, when the smoke has cleared, I sit down with myself, reflect, what did I do wrong? Take accountability first and foremost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's easy to blame people around you, like, oh, this is that shit, bro. Everything that transpired, everything that happened to me, all the mistakes, I did that. I got to take responsibility and fix it. Do you know what I mean? So from that now, up until now, this is what I've been doing, taking a step back from, you know, social media, so to speak. Not really a step back, because obviously I love, you know, creating content, I love training, you know. It's not just,
It's no secret.
It's no, yeah.
Well, definitely no secret. I mean, you put KSI to his trenches.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, yeah, but I love training, and I love creating videos for people to just watch. I'm not trying to, you know, show off or be like, oh right, like, look at me, I can do this. It's like, if I can at least sow a seed in maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 people's minds, like, raw, like, discipline is important, discipline is key. Without discipline, you're nothing. Then my job is done. This is my whole aim. This is what I choose. This is why I do what I do. So there will never be a day where I don't stop making training videos or training so hard, because I understand the importance of discipline, and I understand that us as a, you know, the general consciousness for people, humans, we need that shit, because, bruv, like, I feel like there's no discipline. There's not enough discipline.
Where's the discipline come from? Because, you know, you've been consistent throughout your entire life.
Yeah.
You know, making content, you know, building on your body every day. It seems like there must have been some sort of trigger to get to that point of, like, I need to do this for myself, because I can't turn back on it. Where did it stem from?
I think it's from my childhood,
Right.
because when I remember living in Ghana, from as early as I could remember, I have had discipline in my life. You know, my uncle, whenever I woke up in the morning, I had to water all the plants, and my uncle had a big of house, bruv. Excuse my language, I don't care, but excuse it anyway. My uncle.
Your excuse.
Yeah, thank you. My uncle had a big of house, plant pots everywhere, and I had to wake up in the morning, certain time, and water every single plant, wash his car. So from early, it's been instilled in me, and if I missed a day, I would get punished. You understand?
Would the belt come out?
The belt would, bruv. I've been licked with the belt buckle,
Chacklers?
bruv. Everything, cuz.
Right.
You get me? So
Yeah.
this has, I wouldn't say it's been like a traumatic experience for me, but I look back and I'm like, you know, this is part of the work that I did when I was in darkness. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing my traumatic work. Okay, cool. How looking at my triggers. Why do I do this? Or, why do I get triggered easily? Okay, cool. My lifestyle. Why am I so, like, disciplined like this? Why do I love to be disciplined? Why do I like to, do the things that I do. And it's like, okay, do you know what? When I was young, yeah, these were the things that happened that psychologically instilled those values in me. So I don't. I'm not going to say like my childhood was traumatic. In fact, it was beautiful for me. I needed that. Do you know what I mean? It's made me who I am today, because without that happening to me, I wouldn't be the man I am today. So I am grateful for everything. So I feel like it's my childhood, man. And again, seeing my uncle train. My uncle used to be fucking bolo, fam. The brother had arms out here, and he'd never been to the gym once. It was all home workouts. He used to live in a flat, and I would see him just with his dumbbells training. He never trained legs. I'm not gonna. Armz. I got to join him out. I got to join him out still. He didn't train legs at all, but listen, the guy up top, bolo, fam. Armz. He used to come and pick me up from school. We walked down the main road. There'll be traffic, London traffic. People would just be beeping because this guy's arms was out here, cuz. So that also is a contributing factor to my discipline and whatnot.
So of course, obviously, I mean, I've been intrigued from what you've been saying. Like I want to go into other things, but it's just so inspiring that how you got to a point where nothing can even stop you now.
Nah,
did you speak to? Have you been speaking to Auntie Joshua more like ever since our time that we spoke?
No, not really, man. Not really. He's had his battles as well. So you got to leave a man to do his thing. Can't be on a man like that, bruv. You know what I'm saying? But I want to big up AJ because he actually reached out to me. I remember a few years ago when I was just coming up in the game and that he reached out. He was like, yo, I respect what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. He sent me a few stuff out from Under Armour, so I want to give a big shout out to Uncle Femi. Thank you so much, sir, for recognizing my talent and just reaching out. And that was a boost for me as well to see that a world champion has recognized my work, and he's reached out and he's like, look, whatever, however I can help you to further your goals, I'm willing to do that. So yeah, I want to give a very big shout out to Mr. Anthony Joshua, aka Femi.
Trust me. And just to touch on quickly, obviously, you got the call to be Master Ugue's opponent. Originally, he was supposed to be fighting Simba.
Yeah.
What was the conversation like? Like, what got you to this point? Because, again, it was a surprise to see you here.
Yeah. So as you know, since the last fight, just went back into the trenches, went back into the darkness, did my trauma work, did my physical work, my mental, spiritual work, etc., etc. Been training. I knew what I wanted to do. I really took to combat sports because it took me to a place where I thought to myself, look, I sat down with myself and I spoke to myself and I said, bruv, if I want to get anywhere with this, if I want to improve myself, I need to take this shit seriously, and that means if I want to further in my discipline, I need to cut the bullshit, cut the crap. And as a man, bro, sometimes I personally, there are things that I do in my personal life that I know has hindered my progress, and I had to just cut that shit off. Do you know what I mean? And just literally lock in. So I've been training London Street Fighter since 2021, and it's been so great for me. It's been such a life-changing experience to be training in that gym. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, what was your question again? Sorry.
So what do you make of Master Uguay as an opponent? Because obviously, to even get to this point as well.
Yeah. So yeah, the people that train in that gym, they're elite fighters. You have to remember this, elite fighters, and I train alongside them. I every morning I'm there doing what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? I was like, bruv, if I want to be the best, I got to train with the best. You understand? So every morning I'm in there doing what they're doing, even though it fucks me up, I still got to keep on pushing every day. Show up. Just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I said, whatever challenge I face, I got to fight it head on. We got to just go through it, not round it, not over it, through it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cool. I've been getting my ass whooped every single day. I've been coughing up blood, spitting blood for 3-4 days. I've been fighting, scuffing with MMA fighters, more experienced fighters than me. But this is good, man. I love that shit. Do you know what I mean? So what I think of Master Uguay, there's nothing I haven't experienced that he can show me that I'll be surprised of. Do you know what I mean? Bruv, honestly, I don't mean to sound dark, but I'm a dead man standing here right now. You know what I mean? I've faced death. You know what I mean? I've made my peace with pain. You know what I mean? I mean, after pain, what is the worst thing that could happen? Death, and I've faced death. You know what I'm saying? Fear, like what do people fear? People fear pain. They fear being uncomfortable. They fear death, and I've made it my mission to just sit down and face all those things and just be at peace with those things. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not, bruv. I don't feel no type of way about Master Uguay, bruv. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. And it's funny he calls himself Master Uguay because he's not a Master Uguay at all, bruv. But hold tight him though, man. Big up him and whatever.
So are we seeing like a version 2 of Armz Korleone? It's like a new coming of Armz Korleone?
Yeah. Oh no, definitely a different version. All those versions of me that you saw back then, the Minicon, the bouncer, whatever, that those are versions of me I no longer know. You know,
Including the content?
Including the content. I mean, they're all part of me. They made me who I am, but
Sure.
I'm a different person now. Do you know what I mean? And moving forward, I'm gonna create even better content. You know what I'm saying? This version of me is. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. Put it this way. Do you know what I mean? I'm forever changing. I've died so many times and I've been reborn so many times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still doing it, and it's still happening. You know? Yeah. So that's. I want to leave it there. I mean, I could go deeper and deeper, but honestly, like, I'm not the same person I was yesterday, let alone 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. You understand? Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that you've come back into the space, and that you've always challenged yourself. You've always pushed the boundaries of yourself, and that you're stepping back into the ring once again. It's been a whole year. Like, I mean, why not? I'm surprised it's been not sooner.
Actually, I think 2 years, isn't it?
2020? No, it was March 2022, right?
Yeah. Oh, is it?
So it would have been a year ago.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yes.
It feels like 2 years.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. You're right. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Look, sometimes you got to take that step back. You know, like I said, I've been in the darkness, man. I've made my bed in the darkness. You know, and it's like where you need to go to reforge yourself. And before I step into the light, I got to be in the dark. This is where everything is created, in the darkness. So yeah, man. I may talk about your demon this and demon that, but when I say demon this, I'm not talking about the demons we've been programmed to know, like, you know, with horns and shit. I'm talking about, you know, our you know, self-hate, self-doubt, all that, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Those are our demons that we must sit in the darkness and just fight and face and just eradicate. Do you know what I mean? That's what I've been doing.
I mean, I could go on forever with you because I know the vibes that we always come with, but I want to respect your time, and I know you got a lot of preparing to do for your fight. Always a pleasure, Armz.
We'll sit down again.
We'll do like a full one as well.
Yeah. I'm not really a podcast guy, and I don't really like to sit down and waffle and really like reveal myself too much. But for you, I got time. I make time. You get me? We can do that. Yeah.
I honestly appreciate that, brother.
And
I wish you all the best for your fight this Saturday, brother.
Thank you.
All right, cool, man. All bless. Yeah, man. I love the fact that you had time for me and my brother, man.
Anytime, man.
Yeah, man. My G, come on.